Let me tell you this straight. Women don't act hot and cold by accident. That sudden warmth followed by cold distance isn't a flaw in her personality. It's a test. And most men fail badly because they respond with the exact behavior that destroys attraction: chasing, begging, and over-explaining. Here's the uncomfortable truth most men avoid. When a woman pulls away, she's not simply reacting to something you did, she's checking the strength of your frame. She wants to see if you can stay grounded without losing control. The moment you panic, send extra messages, or try to win her back with compliments, you've already shown desperation. And nothing kills attraction faster. Her hot and cold behavior works like a poker game. If you reveal your hand too early, you lose. She's testing whether you can handle emotional pressure without falling apart. If you can't, she unconsciously marks you as weak, and the attraction slowly fades. This is where Stoicism matters, not the dull philosophy from textbooks, but a mindset that keeps you calm, centered, and unshaken, no matter how unpredictable she becomes. It's not about playing games, it's about mastering yourself. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 powerful steps to regain her interest without lowering yourself to begging, pleading, or trying to convince her. By the end, you'll understand exactly how to respond to hot and cold behavior in a way that makes her see you as a man worth pursuing again, not a man desperate for her approval. Step 1. Stop reacting. Start observing. When she starts acting hot and cold, your first instinct will be to react. She doesn't text back for hours, so you double text. She suddenly becomes distant in person, so you ask, "What's wrong? Did I do something?" This is the exact trap that most men fall into. Reacting emotionally instead of thinking strategically. The problem with reacting is simple. It hands over all the power. It shows her that her shifts in behavior directly control your mood. The moment she realizes she can push your buttons that easily, she will either lose respect or keep testing you even harder. Both outcomes work against you. Instead, you need to become the calm observer. This doesn't mean ignoring her completely or pretending you don't care. It means you slow down, watch patterns, and gather information without showing any panic or insecurity. You want to study what triggers her warmth, what triggers her distance, and when she switches between the two, think of it like being a detective, not a defendant. A defendant tries to prove his innocence every time he's accused. A detective quietly collects clues until he sees the bigger picture. When you take the role of an observer, you stay emotionally steady. And women find steadiness far more attractive than frantic over-explaining. For instance, imagine you text her in the morning and she doesn't reply until late at night with a short answer. Instead of firing off, "Why didn't you reply?" or sending 3 more messages, you simply note it. You don't bring it up, you don't show you're bothered, and you continue with your day. Then maybe the next time she's overly warm and affectionate, you note that too. Over time, you start to see a pattern. Maybe her distance happens after you cancel plans or when she's stressed at work. When you stop reacting, you give yourself space to see what's really happening instead of creating drama out of your own assumptions. This calmness forces her to rethink her approach. Most men feed her hot and cold behavior with emotional responses. When you don't, it feels like she's playing a game with someone who refuses to take the bait. That mystery alone is enough to reignite her curiosity. So in this first step, your job is simple but powerful. Keep your emotions steady, observe more than you respond, and hold your frame no matter how unpredictable she gets. Step 2. Pull back twice as hard. Here's the reality most men don't want to admit. When she starts pulling away, you push harder. You start texting more, calling more, suggesting random meetups, or throwing out compliments hoping to remind her why she liked you in the first place, and every single time it backfires. Why? Because you're rewarding her distance with more attention. That's like giving a child candy for ignoring you. It teaches them the wrong lesson. If she's creating space, the worst thing you can do is close that gap for her. Instead, you need to pull back twice as hard. I'm not saying you play petty games or become cold and cruel. I'm saying you match and slightly exceed her level of withdrawal. If she takes 2 steps back, you take 3. If she takes hours to reply, you take longer. If she cancels plans, you don't rush to reschedule. And here's where I'm going to criticize a lot of men. Too many of you have been conditioned to believe that proving yourself is the way to win her over. You've been taught to work harder when she loses interest. That's not masculine persistence. That's neediness in disguise. You're not fighting for her. You're chasing someone who is actively pulling away, and that's a bad deal. Wake up. A man who values himself doesn't beg for someone's attention. He doesn't compete for affection that should be freely given. Women are drawn to men who are hard to shake, men who can step back without falling apart. When she feels you slowly slipping from her grasp, the dynamic flips. Suddenly she's the one thinking, wait, well, what's going on? Why isn't he chasing me? Let's say she's been replying with short, cold messages all week. Instead of confronting her or sending 3 more texts, you go quiet. You focus on your gym session, your work project, your friends. When she notices your silence, she'll start wondering if she overplayed her hand. That's when she's most likely to lean back in, not when you've been smothering her with attention. Pulling back isn't about punishing her, it's about showing through action that your world doesn't collapse when she creates distance. The less reactive you are to her coldness, the more she'll respect you and re-engage with you. Step 3, replace her with your mission. If you want to truly regain and keep a woman's interest, she cannot be the center of your world. Read that again. The more your life revolves around her, the faster she loses respect for you. Women are not attracted to men whose entire sense of purpose depends on their approval. Your mission is your anchor. It's the thing that drives you, challenges you, and gives you direction regardless of who's in your life. This could be your career, your business, your creative work, your fitness goals, anything that demands your focus and forces you to grow. When you live for that mission first, everything else falls into place. Too many men lose themselves in relationships. They stop chasing their goals, they skip the gym, they neglect their passions, all in the name of making her happy. At first, she might enjoy the attention, but deep down she starts to feel the shift. You've stopped being the man she was drawn to, and you've become the man who needs her to feel whole. That's when attraction dies. Replacing her with your mission doesn't mean ignoring her or acting like she doesn't matter. It means she becomes part of your life, not the reason for it. When you're busy building, achieving, and pushing forward, you naturally give off the energy of a man in motion, and that's magnetic. She'll feel that pull without you having to chase. Let's say she's been distant for a few weeks. Instead of spending your evenings overthinking, scrolling through her social media, or crafting the perfect text, you dive into your project. You put in extra hours at the gym, you hit milestones in your side business, you master a new skill. She starts noticing the change. Your confidence is higher, your time is scarce, and you're glowing with momentum. Suddenly she's curious again. When your mission leads, you stop sending the signal that her hot and cold behavior controls your life. You send the opposite message. I'm a man with direction. You can walk with me, but I'll keep moving with or without you. That's the mindset that doesn't just regain her interest, it earns her lasting respect. So here's the bottom line. Hot and cold behavior is not some mysterious female mood swing. It's a test, and most men fail because they act like her attention is oxygen, and without it they'll suffocate. Here's the controversial truth. The moment a woman realizes you need her more than she needs you, you've already lost. By stopping your emotional reactions, pulling back twice as hard, and replacing her with your mission, you flip the script completely. You go from being the man chasing, explaining, and begging, to being the man she's trying to figure out again. And trust me, curiosity is far more powerful than pity when it comes to attraction. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me about a time you dealt with a woman's hot and cold behavior. How did you handle it? Did you make any mistakes? Or maybe you've got a trick up your sleeve that worked for you. Share it. Not only does it help other men hear, but it turns this channel into a place where we're actually sharpening each other. Because here's the truth, I'm not here to give you feel-good lies, I'm here to give you the uncomfortable truths that most guys wish someone had told them earlier. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the one mistake men make during makeup phases that secretly destroys the relationship. If you think you already know what it is, you might be wrong. Try not to miss it. I'll see you there.